going before the play started.
Illegal substitution
Against Lumberton. Boy, that was a pretty pass, though.
It really was well done. He lofted it up there over the defender.
And he just went right into the corner of the end zone, completed it. But I had heard those whistles blowing. And they're going to put some.
They better put some time back on the clock. But the official hasn't told him.
He hasn't told anybody yet. Third down at the 7-yard line now, I feel.
Don't get in a hurry.
And 28-7, Jasper has the lead. They made the crowd really, really, really happy on the opening kickoff. Took it back 80 yards. It is third down. And Walker brings them up. Full house backfield. And Rolls wants to throw. Got a receiver, and he threw it away, and he intercepted it. Now Walker might have to make – no, it's going to come back this direction. Somebody catches up with him from behind.
Oh, well.
I'm not sure who he was throwing to on that one.
It looked like one of the front receivers fell down. But I don't know. It looked like it was a little high for anybody.
Except the Lumberton Raiders.
Except the Lumberton Raiders.
So the Raiders will get the ball here with 21 seconds to go before halftime. And that is the first turnover of the ball game for the Jasper Bulldogs. And that's what we were talking about earlier in the game, folks. He started to say, we haven't seen any of those.
Yeah.
And I said, no, we're not going to talk about it. But that's not bad.
No.
We were right on the goal line. And, of course, now we have a 28-7 lead. So that's not going to hurt too bad. And the ball is out at the 15-yard line. Jasper will play a kind of a loose secondary, prevent, as we say.
Now, this is not a quick strike offense.
No. And they will – well, they got a man loose.
He ran out of his shoe.
And he fell down at the 29-yard line or 30-yard line with 16 seconds to go on the clock.
He ran out of his shoe. That's why he fell down.
Oh. And it's first down. And Ronaldo rolling, looking, and throwing, and incompleting.
He
so
thought
it'll be
he was
second down. Yep.
Well,
and I believe that's their Lance Pace. It is.
Yeah.
He's the guy that just doesn't drop a pass. Pushing to the near side with the Raiders. And they hand it off up the middle. Running play gets it out about the 33-yard line.
That'll do it.
And as I said, I don't think the Raiders will call a timeout. They don't, if they had one. So the halftime ends and the crowd's on their feet cheering the Jasper Bulldogs, which go to the dressing room with a 28-7 lead. We will have the halftime interview with and wrap up the first half for you. And then we'll have the Jasper High School marching band as well. 28-7. Jasper has the lead over the Lumberton Raiders of the Doghouse. Let's take a break on KJAS. The performance that they will be doing for the UIL coming up here in just a few weeks as we go back down on the field, I think. 28-7, Jasper has the lead. We are at halftime with another great halftime coming up. And let's go down the field. Once again, here's the Jasper High School Marching Band. Let's take a break on KJAS.
Carry on, and then handed it to DeMarcus coming around the end. So it was a little clever little end around misdirection that took advantage of them keying off a carry on.
Sure does give your defense a lot to think about, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And especially the scouts up here that are looking.
Yeah.
From Livingston. 5:43 to go in the third quarter. Livingston has scored to make it 28-14. Walker puts a man in motion. Now keeps him back there. Cuts it up inside is Morrissey. Morrissey won't quit. Still won't quit. And he gets to about the 30.
First down.
Is it a first down?
Yeah.
Yeah, the forward motion, I think, is giving him the first down at the 34-yard line. And they're going to move the chains for sure. The handoff. Fumble. And the fumble on the play. And
that's tough.
Did Walker get back on it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay. Downfield, overthrown. That will stop the clock with 4 seconds remaining. Jasper goes to Livingston next week, and I hope that you'll be able to travel with us and show the Jasper Bulldogs your appreciation for the great start of the season tonight, putting up 35 points to win it 35-21 over the Lumberton Raiders. And we're still one play away before this game is over with. Across the middle, incomplete, and
still 1 second left.
Run. I imagine that referee said, "What did you do?" Who's it? Is he? Yeah. One is our final score here tonight, and the Jasper Bulldogs win it. And let's quickly wrap it up for you. It was an exciting beginning. The Jasper Bulldogs won the toss, elected to receive. Kickoff went to Jamoy Craddock, and he got some good blocks and ran through everybody and took it in 80 yards later for the touchdown. Marco Lopez kicked the extra point and made it 7-0. Then on the kickoff, Lumberton fumbled. Jasper recovered. Then on the first play, Morrissey took it 13 yards in for a touchdown, and Marco Lopez kicked the extra point. All of a sudden, we're 14-0, and still only 30 seconds had run off of the clock. And then the Lumberton Raiders came back finally with 4:29 to go on a 1-yard run after a 72-yard drive and made it 14-7. We had ourselves a ball game. But then Jasper came back with 9:37 to go on a 10-yard run by Morrissey. Marco Lopez kicked the extra point, 21-7. And the Jasper Bulldogs stopped the Lumberton Raiders after that. Wouldn't get any more. Another fumble. And the Jasper Bulldogs were back in business again. A 75-yard drive. Morrissey, a 10-yard run. Lopez kicked, 28-7. That was our halftime score. And Jasper had another opportunity to score just before halftime, but unfortunately threw an interception, and the half ended with Jasper on top, 28-7. Then Lumberton came out, got the kickoff to start the third period, and man, they ran it right down Jasper's throat, but they ran it right up the middle with the quarterback keeper. And then every now and then, to keep it honest, he would toss it, and they'd find a little gap and make 10, 15 yards. And they scored with 6:32 to go third period, 28-14. Lumberton. Jasper fumbled their next possession. And then with 3:06 to go, a 20-yard run by the quarterback, Granato, and kicked the extra point, 28-21. And we had ourselves a ball game. But then we get into the fourth quarter, and then Jasper's defense stepped up. Just like the coaches needed them to, and they were able to stop the Lumberton Raiders. They scored no more points, and then with 5:17 to go, a 15-yard pass to Beard down to the 10-yard line, set up the final touchdown. A great catch by Beard. Right at the 10-yard line with a defender all over him, and then Morrissey, after a 5-yard penalty, took it in from 5 yards out. Kick was good by Lopez, 35-21. And then things got a little scary as Lumberton had a punt, and Jasper tried to field it and fumbled it, and Lumberton got it, but they couldn't do anything with it, and the final was 35-21. Jasper wins it over the Lumberton Raiders. Next week, we'll head for Livingston, and they are picked to win this district that Lumberton is in. You know how tough they were last year. They'll be even tougher this year. We'll talk more about that during the week. In the meantime, let's bring in Van Kamak first, his comments on the ball game.
We had probably, when you start that strong with a bunch of young kids, I mean, we got a lot of sophomores on this team. And when you start a bunch of young kids and you start that well, it's hard to maintain that level of intensity. So I think part of that we saw in the second half, part of that was just a little drop-off in intensity from the first half to the second half. And then obviously the adjustments that Lumberton made contributed a lot to that too, with that quarterback keeper up the middle.
Yeah.
But I think that we've got a setup here for success. And I think just from what I've seen tonight, I don't think we have anything to worry about. We may not win all our ball games, and I don't think Coach Morgan expects to win he obviously expects to win every game, but right now we're going to be okay. I mean, this is encouraging. And if you have been thinking about whether you ought to come see them play or not, come on, because this is going to be a tough football team, folks, and we're going to make some people pay.
Right. As a matter of fact, let me tell you when our next ball game will be at home. It'll be against Houston Worthing, and it'll be there. At home, our next home game is going to be against the West Orange Stark Mustangs.
Which